What's the outlook for Bitcoin in the future? Why does Dogecoin slump? If you're interested in knowing more about this, please keep watching. Bybit is one of the best exchanges I've ever used. It provides great market depth, a smooth user experience, and an impeccable interface. Sign up and enjoy a $30,030 bonus for trading. As for BitGet, after completing a $100 deposit and Know Your Customer (KYC), you will receive a $100 trial fund. Participate in the BitGet X crypto trading competition, and you can get a chance to unlock a generous prize pool of $15,000. You're welcome to register via the link below. Well, let's take a look at the current situation with Dogecoin, given the recent buzz surrounding it. So, why did Dogecoin surge before this? It was because Musk changed the Twitter logo to the Dogecoin logo. However, Musk has changed his profile picture back to the original blue bird recently. I mentioned this in the previous video. Let's watch the video I previously recorded. It was 2 days ago. Here's the video, with around 6,000 views. More than 6,000 people have watched this. Let's review the video. I did remind you that this logo change could only be temporary, right? But it could only be temporary. So why do I have subtitles in my videos? There are several reasons. First, to help viewers to understand the content more clearly, especially when the Taiwanese accent tends to slur words together. The second function of the subtitle is that it proves what I've said. But it could only be temporary. You can revisit the video regarding Dogecoin, where I mentioned this at 4:10. As I said, the change could be temporary, because Elon Musk has done this before. As the video shows, the Dogecoin icon was displayed in the top left corner of our Twitter account, but it has been changed back to the blue bird, which is the original logo. As a result, Dogecoin fell. In the previous video, I mentioned that the logo was only temporary, and I didn't hold Dogecoin spots and contracts at that time. So, I reminded you of this risky situation, which was predictable, and we should avoid it as that could be avoided. You're welcome to subscribe to my channel, like, and share the video, as we predicted this situation before. Alright, let's look at the Bitcoin market now. We can see a fractal in the Bitcoin trend. Look at this. It's right here. I think the English term for this should be fraction, or fractal. That's how the pattern is shown in the trend. I believe it's a clear pattern. A big rise happened in the earlier period, followed by a pause in the middle and a smaller rise thereafter. After the rise, it was followed by a rectangle pattern. After that, the price action broke through the box, tested the previous support level, and then bounced back. So how does the ongoing trend develop? Similar to the previous period, it experiences a rise and pauses in the middle, followed by another rise, and then a rectangle is formed. Right? Its development is the same as before. Then, the price action becomes tighter. Will we expect another bounce from the support? I think it's likely to happen. You may pay attention to the fractal pattern. We have seen this pattern before. It tends to follow a similar trend. But let's further examine this. If the price falls below the support level of $27,000, I believe a similar trend will probably occur. However, in the long-term cycle, the trend is still bullish. Without a doubt. The thing is, we're facing the risk of a minor retracement. Let's switch to a short-term cycle. Let's look at the 8-hour time frame. As shown, the MACD appears a divergence. We mentioned this before. It had actually happened in the period earlier before. It's also a double divergence here. And here the golden cross appeared below the baseline. During this said trend, the price experienced a fall and then rose back. After correction, let's look at the ongoing trend. The divergence is formed, but the price correction isn't completely over yet, as the golden cross below the baseline hasn't occurred. Speaking of correction, there are two kinds. First, which is considered favorable, the continuation of this oscillation after the retracement and the formation of a golden cross below the baseline. The price will go upward. The second correction, which is considered less favorable, is a downside retracement. And after this, a golden cross below the baseline will surely appear. And then the price goes upward. As for the first scenario, that's a bumpy ride. This process takes a relatively long time. As for the second scenario, that's the price climbs back after the downside retracement, and it takes a shorter time. But it will be a deeper retracement. Okay. But we can never have the best of both worlds. Still, the divergence must be corrected. Otherwise, the price action may lack enough momentum to rise to a favorable trend. Well, moving forward to the 4-hour time frame. In this time frame, it experiences the same situation. But the chart has already undergone price correction. The price action has been corrected. A divergence occurred in the previous period, and it's been corrected, then followed by another divergence, and it's been corrected again. So, there's no problem with the 4-hour time frame. However, the divergence in the 8-hour time frame should be resolved too. In fact, the market trend can change over time. For instance, speaking of the trend, starting from around this period till now, I suggest closing the long positions. As for now, I don't hold any derivatives long position, but I have spot positions, and I have to pay attention to their potential risk. Still, an amount of time has already passed. About 21 days. Let's measure it. Yes, it's 21.5 days. However, the accumulation of time and trading volume is enough to change the market. What does it mean? When a rectangle pattern appears, with enough time, trading volume, and chips accumulated, there will be a breakthrough in that rectangle, whether it's upward or downward. Either way, and a favorable trend will then be established. And we should act accordingly, as long as the rectangle is confirmed to be broken through. I assure you that I will make a trading decision accordingly. Well, even if the price action goes downward. For example, if the price action goes downward, it will bounce back upward after the retracement. Judging from the wave, there's no possibility of the uptrend ending now, in terms of both daily and weekly candlestick charts. So, please pay attention to this. Lastly, let's talk about the price action that gradually becomes tighter. The way to judge it is the same as before. Whether it goes upward or downward, you may pay attention to it to make trading decisions. However, there's a situation that we need to take note of. If the price action continues to waver and remains going sideways, the final trend it goes isn't the real one. It's not helpful information for us to make the decision. Instead, we can consider making a decision when a candlestick with a huge trading volume appears, regardless of whether the price rises or falls. But if the price action continues to waver and becomes almost linear, then the direction of the breakthrough isn't a real one. So, please take note of this. Alright, thank you. You're welcome to like and share my videos, and subscribe to my channel. Turn on the little bell button to show me your greatest support. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through?